dance fever, baby.
Looking at the devil,
Trying to have some fun.
fingers start shaking. I begin to run. Ooh, bullets start chasing. I begin to stop. We begin to wrestle. Ooh, I was on the top. Yeah, I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again.
Sing along, you know it.
I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. Ooh, stiffing on the collar, fluffy in the face. What? Chit chat chat, try it. Ooh, stuffy in the place. Thank you for the party. I could never stay. Many things is on my mind. Words is in the way. Hey, I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. Ooh, yeah. I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. Let's do a verse here. All right, now dance to the music
Oh, yeah.
all night long. Everyday people who sing a simple song. Mama's so happy. Mama start to cry. Papa's still singing. We can make it if you try. Wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. Yeah, I wanna thank you for letting me be myself again. Let's go out and be myself. Thank you for letting me be myself.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
That's fun. Get your blood going.
Kind of nice to have the Rick Cowling in the house.
Oh, you guys, thank you. I miss y'all.
He had his last Kenny Loggins concert on Saturday night, Santa Barbara Bowl, and it was really incredible.
A week ago.
A week ago, yeah, it was amazing. So we weren't here last week. That's right. So we're going to have our Tommy Reeves do one of my favorite songs that he wrote.
All is good.
It's all good. It's all good. He's hilarious.
No, I was totally serious.
You guys can sing with us.
As long as I'm still breathing, it's all good. As long as I'm still breathing, it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
As long as I'm still breathing, it's all good. It's all good. It's all spirit. It's all good.
As long as my heart keeps
As long as my heart keeps beating, it's all good.
Oh, yeah.
As long as my heart keeps beating, it's all good. As long as my heart keeps beating, it's all good. It's all good. It's all spirit. It's all good. As long as my soul keeps singing,
That's it.
it's all good.
As long as my soul keeps singing.
As long as my soul keeps singing, it's all good. long as my soul keeps singing, it's all good. It's all good. It's all spirit. It's all good. As long as I'm still breathing, it's all good. As long as I'm still breathing, it's all good. As long as I'm still breathing, it's all good. It's all good. It's all spirit. It's all good. It's all spirit. It's all good. It's all spirit. It's all good.
Yeah. Woohoo! I love that song, Tommy. Thank you. So good morning, Unity of the Oaks. We have Reverend Sherri James in the house. You're going to get a double shot of Sherri today. That just came in.
Double shot of Sherri.
Thank you, Spirit. I like that. We're off to a good start. So as we love this space, this beautiful energy here at Unity of the Oaks, our slice of heaven on earth. So we're going to stand and we're going to sing this beautiful Margaret Owen song and claim our health and our healing as we're into our gratitude month. And our topic is Lead with Gratitude today. Can't wait to hear the message. So I'm going to sing the verse, and then we're going to sing the whole chorus together. You know it? Sing with me. The rain will fall, the wind will blow, the sun will shine and the grass will grow. The seasons change and for all we know, love is sprouting up all around us. I have been high and I've been low. I have held on and I have let go. I've walked the path of joy and sorrow, but above it all I'm grateful. Thank you for my health and thank you for my healing. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for my life, I'm blessed and I am perfect. Thank you for this beautiful day. Let's do that again. Thank you for my health and thank you for my healing. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for my life, I'm blessed and I am perfect. Thank you for this beautiful day. Go up a little bit. Thank you for my health and thank you for my healing. Thank you for this beautiful day. That's it. Thank you for my life, I'm blessed and I am perfect. Thank you for this beautiful day. Again. Thank you for my health, thank you for my healing. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for my life, I'm blessed and I am perfect. Thank you for this beautiful day. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. When I think of what I'm grateful for, I think of Unity of the Oaks. I am so deeply grateful for each one of you. I love you. I see the Christ in you. I recognize you for the God presence that you are. I won't be able to join you for the reading of the poems. I love poems. And I have one for you, so I'm going to read mine early. A little deviation here. This one is called I, the One the Many Make. I at last have reached my goal and solved the mystery of my soul. I am that to which I've prayed, that to which I've looked for aid. I am that which I did seek. I am my own mountain peak. I, upon creation now, look as on a page in my own book. Now I, the one, the many make, and substance from one I take, for all is me. There are no two. Creation is myself all through. All I grant unto myself, I take down from my own shelf and give to me, the only one, for I'm the Father and the Son. When I want, I do but see my wishes coming forth in me. For I'm the knower and the known, ruler, subject, and the throne. The 3 in 1 is what I am. Hell itself is but my dam, which I did put in my stream, when in a nightmare I did dream that I was not the only one. Thus by me was pain begun, which ran its course until I awoke, and I found that I did me with joke. So now that I stand here awake, I my throne do wisely take, and rule my kingdom, which is me, a master through eternity. Good morning. It's going to be a good Sunday. As the other Reverend Sherri, you got Sherri Squared today. Share with you, I'm going to be talking about how to lead with gratitude. But let's take a moment right now and just welcome everyone. Turn to your left, to your right, and just say hi. Yes. Wonderful. And let's take a moment to open this service in a spirit of peace and gratitude. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for a powerful, transformational service. Thank you, God, that in this very room is enough love for each one of us. In this very room is enough power to transform the planet. And we make a conscious, intentional choice to wake up that power inside of us. We are no longer content to walk ordinary paths. We are willing to be the extraordinary, once-in-a-generation talent that you have created us to be. And so we open ourselves to let it out. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. We bless this service. It's going to be wonderful. We already claim it and know that it is. Amen.
We're going to sing this one together, and we're going to let it sink in. One more time. And I'm going to just call it out. We'll just keep doing it until we hear it. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. Let's do that again. Feel it. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. Let me hear you sing it out again. I surrender, I surrender. I am one in the Spirit all around me. Feel it. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. Let it in and now have gratitude. I'm thankful. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around. surrender. I am one in the Spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender, I trust in God. Yes.
Good morning. I'm Susan Hart, one of the members of the Unity of the Oaks prayer team. And Yvette, who's in with the children this morning, will be available to pray with you after service. Now let's prepare our time of meditation with the reading from the Daily Word. And today it's from August 29th, 2023. And the word for today is joy. And the affirmation is, joy lifts me. I feel the light of joy simmering throughout my body and mind. The fruit of spirit is joy, and I share it freely with everyone I meet. Joy feels like a magical power, even in the tough moments when the world seems bleak. I can go within myself and bask in God's love and feel the joy that always is a part of me. Nothing and no one can take it from me. When facing adversity, I call forth the power of joy to help me lighten up. When I want to express how I feel, I may listen to uplifting songs, dance freely, or laugh with a dear one. Watching a sunset, looking at a baby's sweet face, or marveling at a budding flower reminds me to open my heart to my feelings and express my joy. Every day I behold the miracle of life with a joyful heart. And according to Ecclesiastes 5:20, God keeps them occupied with the joy of their hearts. And again, the word for today is joy, and the affirmation, joy lifts me.
In this sacred space, we're going to awaken joy. Joy, joy, joy. Take a deep cleansing breath. And bring to mind something that brings you deep joy. Maybe it's the laughter of your child or your grandchild. Maybe it's the way that your pet looks at you and behaves in an almost human way. Deep joy. And just sit in that space where you're just observing your loved one and all that joy. And imagine that joy traveling from the top of your head all the way to the soles of your feet. Your whole being is full of great joy. Just take a deep breath and let that joy magnify even more. want you to use your imagination and see that joy spilling out of you, out of your pores, almost like an ethereal energy. And that joy fills up this space right now. Imagine that energy just crowding out anything else in this space. Take a deep breath as you just relax into this space of joy. And now joy continues to expand, and it begins to flow outside of these four walls, and we see that same energy moving across the vehicles in the parking lot, moving back across the freeway. It's spreading in all directions. Take a deep breath. That joy continues to spread. We see that joy finding someone that might be hurting, and it begins to soothe them. And in this moment, they don't even know why they're smiling, but we are sending them joy. We see this same joy spreading out and touching the hearts and minds of each person in our region. Thank you, Spirit. We are powerful. And that joy just continues to just wrap itself around the planet. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. The joy that we express is infectious, it is contagious, it is irresistible. Take a deep breath. Thank you. Affirm within yourself, I radiate joy. I radiate joy. I radiate joy. Thank you, Spirit. We're going to bring this moment of quiet to a close and just give thanks for the privilege of loving this planet, of loving the people of this planet. May this work that we do here today lift the highest good for all concerned. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is.
Sunlight fell and reminded me that life can be so gracious sometimes. And I felt like everything around me was connected somehow. At night I hear the rhythm of the ocean as it breaks on the shore. And I think about all the things that I am grateful for. They say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. They say, hold on to this time we have and let the light shine through. Sometimes I get a little bit emotional when I see love unfold. Two hearts bound by reflections of the memories they'll forever hold. And they say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. They say, hold on to this time we have and let the light shine through. There are blessings all around you. Open up your eyes. Feel the sunlight fall upon you. Let it free your mind. There are blessings all around you. Take a step outside. Let your heart shine in a new light. See it come alive. They say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. They say, hold on to this time we have and let the light shine through.
That was beautiful. I felt all of that. Okay, I have one more poem. I can't help myself. This one is called I Bet God. Okay. If he let go of my hand, I would weep so loudly. I would petition with all my might. I would cause so much trouble that I bet God would come to his senses and never do that again. That is Meister Eckhart, one of the, I think he's 13th century, 15th century. Anyway, I ran across that. I don't even remember when, but it was one of the best things I'd ever read. I thought it was wonderful. Okay, so I want to talk about leading with gratitude. Leading with gratitude. One of the things that Spirit gave me years ago, and I have stuck by it. Have you guys heard of the love languages? What are they? Do we know them? So, listening. Oh, I forgot an author, but touch is one. Affirmation, acts of service, gifts. Yeah, that's mine. So one of the things that I got, this was years ago, I was working on gratitude, and I got that gratitude is God's love language. Because with a love language, what happens is that you open up, right? And so two people can be in a relationship together, and if you don't know your partner's love language, you might be loving them in a way that is not resonating with them. And it doesn't mean that you don't love them, but it just means that you're giving in a way that doesn't ring their bell. Yes? Okay. So the way to ring God's bell, just to keep it in a relationship, the way to ring God's bell is gratitude. Literally, the more gratitude you express, the more things you have to be grateful for. Gratitude is God's love language. Gratitude is the key that opens God's strongbox. So all of the things that I think of this as like spiritual escrow, because what's for you is for you and no one else can have it. But it's in spiritual escrow. It's in the invisible. It's in potential, and it has to be released into expression when you are in vibrational alignment with the thing itself. And so you can have a desire for something, but not actually be harmoniously aligned for something. Anybody ever got a windfall of money and then you looked around and it's like, where did that go? How did that leave? Right? Because we each have a spiritual thermostat. We have so much good that we can muster. I was in the house last night and I kept thinking, it's so hot in here. But I realized that what happened was that the temperature outside was not hot enough to trigger the air condition to come on, right? And so, yes, I might have been hot, but it wasn't hot enough to make the air condition come on because it had not hit that point, that trigger point. Each one of us has a trigger point for the good that belongs to us. Yes, yes? And so what we want to do is become a harmonious, vibrational, I don't even have all the words, aligned being with the good that we desire. And the way to it is gratitude. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, I know. It's in me. So literally, gratitude opens doors and the lack of it closes them. How many doors do you have closed because of lack of gratitude? Oh, because this is the thing. Sometimes we're afraid to be grateful for the things that we do not want that are present in our lives. But the truth is that gratitude changes what you have in your life. And one of two things happen. Either it gets better, the person or the thing, either it gets better or it graciously moves out of the way to make room for the right thing to come in. I used to be afraid of being grateful for being single because I thought, I don't want no more of that. But the Spirit is intelligence. We call it divine intelligence, right? Yes. We should probably trust that. Like, that as you are grateful, what is good about being single will remain. But that does not mean the condition of being single remains. Does that make sense? Because the spirit is intelligence and it desires to express through you. You do your absolute best work when you are happy and joyful and peaceful and feeling good. We are coming up on the Christmas season. I want you to know, none of this is on the page, so y'all getting a different sermon. We are coming up on the Christmas season, and I want you to know that Christmas music has already begun in my house. I know Thanksgiving is coming, but that's just a formality. That is prologue. One of the songs, I think it's Mariah Carey's song. So for a Christmas song to become like a number one hit or a staple, it takes many, many years to like become a classic. And so she hit a milestone a couple of years ago. I think it's the one that All I Want for Christmas, that one. Okay, so it was a big deal because the song was written in the 1990s, and then it just kept traveling through time, and then it hit, number one. So it was a really, really big deal. But I read an interview about how she created the song. And she literally went in the studio and looked like Christmas threw up in the studio. She turned the temperature down. She's writing in July. She turned the temperature down super, super low so that everybody had to come in and put on their parkers and their furs and whatever else they had. And it is in that setting that she wrote that song. Come on. So you at your most joyful brings out your best. How much stuff is locked up in you because of lack of gratitude? Sometimes we don't want to be grateful for the career that's not going. I'm speaking from personal experience. That's not where we want it to be. Because we think, who wants more of that? Who wants more of not having enough of what you want? I mean, come on. But the spirit is intelligent, and so it knows. And so there's always something good. What is good about right now will remain. What is not good about right now, the more grateful you get, will disappear. Sometimes we don't want to be great. I feel like a reporting. I play one on TV, right? So in my real life, I play a financial planner, and I just finished a continuing education thing on women in retirement. And let me tell you, the stats are dire, guys. It's, whew. I was like, I'm going to need some church after this. The stats are wonderful because we know that women make 84 cents for every dollar that men make. This is statistically, and this is not to start a war of the sexes or war of the roses. But it also happens that most of the caregivers in our community are women, whether they're caregiving for a parent or they're caregiving for a spouse or they're caregiving for an adult child that doesn't know that they're adult, or they're caregiving, but there's caregiving, and it usually falls to the women in the community. And get this, the women live longer. So then when it's their turn to be caregived to, that's not a word, but when it's their turn to be the recipient of the caregiving, there's nobody to do the caregiving. Oh, honey, come on. I'm telling you, I finished that continuing ed. I was like, I need church. But so it seems that sometimes when you're in those circumstances that it can be hard to be grateful. Right? Because who wants more of this? But the spirit is intelligent. I don't know how to say this, but like divine intelligence. The spirit knows how to bring you your good. And your only condition is gratitude. Yeah. Okay. Have I convinced you? Okay, all right. Practice daily gratitude for the thing you desire, and you shall have it. Revelation chapter 21, verse 1 through 4, because I always got to bring a Bible verse. I am a metaphysician. I just came back from the Fillmore Bible Gathering at Unity Village. it was so good. I thought I was the only one. It was so good. It was just wonderful because it was all of these people talking about the roots of where, like, this message is powerful. And I get that we have been beat over the head with the Bible, but that is not a reason to toss it. There is sacred wisdom that does not depend on the stories being factually true. And that we can dig into this ancient text, keep my words together, this ancient text, and pull out of it something that is relevant for today. So we should not be afraid of the Bible. Now I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. In other words, what's here right now, it passes away. It's gone. And God, the Christ of my being, the energy that I am awakening when I speak the words I am, will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There is an ideal level of living, and it's available to you. Gratitude is the way to get to it. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. So, a new and better way of reality is always present. Even while we sit right here today, a new and better reality is always present. It's not coming, it's here right now. Something good is always present, but you have to let go of the anchor that you are holding on to access that good. Enough gratitude will make you float. I was doing this, I've told you guys this story before. I was doing the Santa Barbara Walk for Breast Cancer, and it was wonderful. And I was out there for work, and so I'd never done a walk like that before, but everyone kept saying, "Thank you for walking, thank you for walking." And I just remember, first I felt uncomfortable because I hadn't raised $1, and but I was there because Avon was our client, and so I was there to experience the walk so that when I'm talking to donors, I could be able to talk about the experience. But I got to, I don't know, mile 23, right? It's a marathon on day 1 and a half marathon on day 2. And I just felt so light, and so I started journaling about it when I got back to the room, and the insight that I got is that that's what real gratitude feels like. That I felt so light, I felt like I was floating. Now, mind you, my feet were talking to me, but I could have walked another marathon because I felt so light. And that's when the insight came that enough gratitude will make you float. The only thing which gives weight in nature is the law of gravitation. It's what pulls you down. And if a boulder could be taken high above the planet, there would be no weight to that boulder. But let me tell you why. Okay, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to give you 3 points, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you 3 rules for gratitude. I want you to let gratitude lift you. I want you to learn to see in the dark, and I want you to get ready for the thing you desire. Okay, let gratitude lift you. So weightlessness. So, are you guys okay to nerd out with me? Is that okay? Yeah. All right. Sometimes I geek out on this stuff, so just go with me. What we experience on earth as weight is actually the action of 2 forces pressing against one another. Okay? It's the pull of gravity on our bodies, and it's the push of the earth underneath that we're standing on. It is the interplay between these 2 elements that give us what we see on the scale as a measure of weight. It is not true that there is no gravity in outer space. The pull of the moon is managed by the gravitational pull of the earth. It's the law of gravity. And so just like the law of aerodynamics and every other spiritual law, it is everywhere and evenly present. God is the same everywhere. And so it is not that there is no gravity in space, it is that there is no earth. When gravity acts on the astronauts and begins to pull them downward, there's no opposing force. And so on Earth, astronauts feel the force of gravity as weight because the Earth's surface prevents them from falling. But in outer space, there's no ground to push up against. And so literally what is happening as they orbit and fall toward Earth, they're falling at the same rate as their spaceship, and it makes them feel weightless. As if there's no gravity. You didn't know that. I know. So this is what Jesus taught, right? He said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. He had overcome the world vibration. There is a world vibration right now. People, I did the meditation the way that we did it on purpose because there is so much anger and hurt and distrust and sadness and madness. But that's the world's vibration. You don't have to be in the world's vibration. It's offered to you, but you have the ability to say, no, thank you, my dear. I choose joy. No, thank you, my dear. I choose love. It's just, you don't have to have it. Jesus overcame the world vibration and functioned in the fourth dimensional realm. So again, you don't have to die to get out of this thing. That even in the midst of being on this planet, that we can be in a space of perfect oneness. I am one with all life. I am one with all people. I am one with the one. There's nothing you could do to make me mad at you. Foolish of you to think you could. Okay. He said, come to me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. In other words, take this attitude upon you. Walk through life the way that I'm walking through life, and you will see that my yoke is easy and my burden is light. In other words, I'm not letting this stuff get me down. The world is not coming to an end. Spirit is always at peace. So all of the cuckoo stuff that's going on right now, spirit is completely undisturbed. So there are two forces that are acting on us. The first is what we call the law of mind action, and the second is the law of cause and effect. Right? And so the law of mind action would be like gravity. It's that law that you cannot supersede, right? It's like begets like, that thoughts held in mind reproduce after their kind. And so we who were created in the image and the likeness of God have the ability to make images through our mental processes. And when we lower the basis of our thinking, hear that. When we lower the basis of our thinking, there are many levels at which I can think. I can think at the level that everything is all good, or I can think at the level that someone is doing something to me. I had a house full of kids last night. We're on the training grounds of no, they're not doing something to you. Okay, isn't that it? No, they did not step on you on purpose. It's a kid. They don't notice everything. Right? But nobody in this room. But there's some folk that haven't grown up out of that. That are walking around, they got bumped into, and they thought the person did it on purpose. Not y'all. When we lower the basis of our thinking and feeling from the spiritual to the material, we put ourselves in bondage to the mental law of cause and effect. What I'm saying is it's the difference between being in weightlessness, being untethered to the nonsense that is going on, or being anchored to the earth. And so the law of cause and effect is functioning like being on earth, being anchored down, not being able to experience that weightlessness, right? The mental law of cause and effect is the world of vibration that Jesus overcame. Are you guys following me? Did I lose anybody? Okay, all right. The superconscious mind, the Christ mind, the I am, right? The real of you, not you that has a color to your skin and a texture to your hair, the real you, right? The real you is the department which fights your battles and relieves you of your burdens. It's not me that does the work. It's not me that makes the career happen. It's not me that does the caregiving. It's not me that creates the retirement. It is not me. It is the Spirit in me. And I begin to lean on the Spirit in me. You know I need luxury. Reverend Della used to say, God doesn't have feet. Who you think these shoes are for? You know I need Jimmy Choos. God, work that out. We violate the law if we carry a burden, and a burden is an adverse thought or condition, and this thought or condition has its roots in the subconscious. I say the subconscious here because it's in the gut, right? It has its roots there. And it feels real. It feels incredibly real. This is not to diminish anything that anybody is going through, because the pains that each one of us is experiencing in our world feel extraordinarily real. But this is the power of gratitude. The power of gratitude is that it takes the attention off of what is, and it gives the attention to what you desire. Mm-hmm. Rule number 2, learn to see in the dark. When you steadily repeat the affirmation, I cast this burden, whatever it is. You know, I'm in the midst right now. Jordan broke his arm 2 weeks ago. I know. But let me tell you, he was a New Thought rock star. That's a different story. I don't have time to tell it. He was amazing seeing these principles at work in that little 9-year-old body. And so I've been trying to get an appointment with Children's Hospital to get the permanent cast on, and they have all of these requirements like, I need the x-ray report, I need this report. And I'm like, okay, guys, this happened 2 weeks ago. Can we make this happen? I cast this burden on the Christ within and go free. I cast this burden. I don't know how it's going to work out. I only know that it is. When you repeat that affirmation, what happens is that your vision clears up. When you repeat that affirmation, do you remember Where's Waldo? I loved Where's Waldo, right? Because it took a minute, because when you first look at the picture, everybody looks like Waldo. Some version of red, white, and blue, right? Waldo looks like everyone, and then finally you see Waldo. Well, your good is in your midst right now, but you can't see it because your eyes are trained on the wrong thing. I cast this burden on the Christ within and go free. Your vision clears, and with it comes a feeling of relief. One of my students asked me to explain the darkness before the dawn, because often before the big demonstration, everything seems to go wrong. Doesn't it feel like that right now? Everything seems to go wrong. There's this deep depression that clouds the soul. And so the person wants to know, well, how long? How long must I remain in the dark? And it is until you can see in the dark. Because what will happen, ladies, we know this. It doesn't, the dude you thought it was the worst dude, and then you get with the next dude, and he just got on different pants and different cologne, right? How long, Lord? Sorry, no, gentlemen, this is not a diss to you guys. I crack myself up. It is learning to see in the dark. Don't wish it was easier. This is a Jim Rohn quote. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. The goal is not for the problem to be lifted. The goal is for you to see the problem differently. Because I promise you, if you don't learn to see it differently, the problem will leave because everything runs its course. The nature of this three-dimensional world is that things are changing, right? It'll run its course, and then a new thing will appear, and it will be just as burdensome as the thing that left. But what happens when you cast the burden on the Christ within is that your vision clears. It is impossible to have clear vision when you're in the throes of a major problem because doubt and fear poison the mind and the body, and the imagination runs riot, right? Attracting disaster and disease. It is okay. But you clean up your vision. Whatever you're growing through right now, don't wish it were gone. Cast the burden on the Christ within so you can see in the dark. Last rule, rule number 3, get ready for the thing that you desire. Make preparation. Preparing for the thing you desire puts you in emotional harmony with the thing that you desire. Now, kids are the best at this. So I have a boyfriend because I learned that it is that when you get grateful for what you have, God sends you what you want. So one day he'll be here. He works on Sundays, but one day he'll come with me. You guys get to meet him. We had his daughter with us yesterday, and she was upset because all the boys in there had switches, and she didn't have one. And so she was upset because how do they get to have switches and she doesn't get to have a switch? And she's so angry. And I said, you know what? Let's write a letter to Santa. And so I had her write down, Dear Santa, I want a Nintendo Switch. And then I said, now we got to name the games. And so go get the games and write down the names that you want. And she got every game that Jordan had and wrote down the name of the game. And I said, okay, now on Christmas morning, what is it going to be like? And I said, I want you to imagine yourself opening the gift. And she said, oh my God, I'm going to run down. I'm just going to throw it. And she was wiggling around. But it was wonderful because she's making preparation. And this is how it works, because even if the parent doesn't have the money, the spirit in her will draw it out. There will either be a sale or a donation or an anonymous gift, but it will make its way to her because she has made preparation. Even while everything seems to be falling apart, all these boys are playing their games and I don't get to play the game, and it's not my turn to have the switch. None of you behave like that, but that is when it is time to celebrate impending victory. When it feels like everything is going wrong, what is actually happening is that the doubts and the fears of the ages are rising to the surface. Don't be confused. They're coming up so you can bat them away. It is then that you should clap your cymbals like Jehoshaphat and give thanks that you have won, even though you seem to be surrounded by the enemy. So start getting ready. When you get ready, what you are practicing is something that is called active faith. Many of us have faith, but our faith is not active. We believe we can have it, but we are not following that up with action in our bodies. Active faith gets ready for it. What active faith does is it makes you a vibrational match for what it is that you desire. Active faith doesn't look at the physical evidence to determine what's possible. Active faith just decides, I want it. I don't have switch money, but I want a switch. I did this. This was 2002, and I had read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Anybody read that book? Good, great book. I had read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I wanted to own a house. Now, I didn't have down payment, barely had job, but let's not talk about that part. I wanted a house. And so I remember the moment when it just clicked inside of me. I was on a cruise ship in wherever, but I was with, it was a spiritual cruise, and I was with one of my mentors, and not in the shower. And so I was, I was in the shower on the cruise ship, and they had one of those removable arms, and I was like, oh, this is nice, because I had, in the apartment that I was living in, I had a static shower head, and so the removal, and I could do this, and it was amazing. And in that moment, I said, wait a minute, I could put a removable arm in the apartment that I'm in, but I still don't own it. When I leave, I got to take it off. And in that moment, I knew that I had to have a house. And so I went and got a real estate agent. I'm telling you, I did not have money, deposit, nothing. And I started going out and looking for houses. Why not? See, this was, sometimes we get really advanced in this truth, and we start looking at all the practical ways, but I was still new to this truth at that time. And so they said it, I did it, right? And so I went looking, I actually sat and drew pictures of myself being handed the keys by the realtor. And through a means that if I tried to explain all of the ways that the house that I'm living in today, it would blow your mind. The house that I'm living in today came out of that just active faith. I'm going looking for a house. I put in an offer. Holy cow. Active faith does not make decisions on what it sees. Active faith makes decisions on what it desires. What do you want? Because that is what you can have. And the gratitude is what hastens it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Make daily preparation for the thing that you desire, and you shall have it. Rule number 1, let gratitude lift you. Rule number 2, learn to see in the dark. And rule number 3, get ready for the thing that you desire. God bless you.
Okay, wow. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for being a friend. If it's a car you lack, I'd surely buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? Oh yeah. And when we both get older, with walking canes and hair of gray, have no fear, even though it's hard to hear. I will stand real close and say, thank you for being a friend.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I want to thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I want to thank you.
Thank you
I wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you. I'm grateful.
I'm grateful too.
That was really fun.
Want to try that again? Anyway, I am so grateful for you, Reverend Sherri, for this wonderful message that you brought to us today. And it's something I don't even know how I can follow. I think I'll just go have a seat. Anyway, as you guys probably know, I'm Melba. I'm your board member of the day. And here's our mission. If you will please read it with me. Unity of the Oaks is a loving, accepting, and heart-centered spiritual community here to be love in action, to encourage personal growth, awaken spiritual curiosity, and transform lives. We will now be collecting a love offering. Your gift is a way for you to financially partner with us so that we can continue to be a place of spiritual teachings and community in Thousand Oaks and beyond. We have several ways for you to give. Number one, in the seat in front of you are envelopes for cash or check. Include your name if you like a record of your donation. You also will find cards with your texting information. Take this moment now to use your phone to give if that is your preferred method. And at any time, you can visit our website to give. As our ambassador begins to pass baskets down the rows, if you've given electronically, please still bless the basket with an energy offering, then pass it along. Now join me now in taking a moment to focus your attention on your giving heart. Feel the abundance of receiving. Visualize the mission statement coming to life. Now, if you will all please join me in the love offering blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God. Oh, we are most grateful for all of your contributions to our community as we grow it with lots of events and classes, which is what Layla is going to tell you about now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess we have to pay attention to what's behind the curtain.
Hello, we have so much going on here this fall. Here are a few events coming up. After the service today, the book club will be sharing their favorite poems here in the living room. So get some snacks from hospitality and pull up a chair if you want to hear some powerful poetry. Our freshly renamed Service Outreach Ministry is now chaired by Lisa Flores. If you'd like to make a difference in the community with projects throughout the year, please join and reach out to Lisa. You can join their first meeting after church next Sunday. The first project is the Thanksgiving food drive. This week and next week, we will be collecting food in our living room area for Mana Conejo Valley Food Bank, which has provided free groceries for more than 50 years to community members in need. Pick up a grocery list of needed items in the back of the room before you leave today, and join us in supporting this important outreach project. Starting next Sunday, we will be collecting unwrapped toys for Many Mansions. Many Mansions house 1,600 people, and 350 of which are children in the Conejo Valley. There are lists in the back of the room. December 2nd and 3rd, Christmas is coming to Unity of the Oaks. Saturday the 2nd, help decorate our Christmas tree and make our space festive starting at 10 a.m. And then December 3rd at 5:30 is our exciting Christmas concert. Tickets can be purchased on our website. Yes. Lastly, if you need a place to go for Thanksgiving, Christine Warren loves to cook and would love to cook for you. Join her at her house for a Thanksgiving feast. You can phone or text to RSVP, preferably by the 20th, at 805-551-9228. She will also provide you with more information like the address and time of gathering. Don't be alone this Thanksgiving. Gather with Unity friends. All of this can be found along with links to sign up in the newsletter we send to your email inbox each week. You can also get more information on our website, unityoftheoaks.org, calendar as well as Facebook and Instagram. Our coordinator, Linz, is standing in the back. He is here with a laptop after service to help you sign up for specific events or to answer questions or to sign up for our email newsletter. And now, Reverend Sherri.
Well done, Layla. Well done. On behalf of Reverend Stacy, I want to give a huge thank you to Linz and to Candace for all of their extra help making last week's special volunteer appreciation service so special. Thank you. Thank you. We have a prayer chaplain available to pray with you after service in the room to your immediate left. If you wait outside, they will see you and be with you shortly. We also have a prayer box on the back credenza, or you can mail your prayer request via email during the week to prayer, that's singular, at unityoftheoaks.org. I want you to know that all prayers that come into Unity of the Oaks receive 30 days of prayer. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to be sure to grab some goodies from hospitality, also out to your left, and enjoy them out on the courtyard or bring it back inside with you. I hear we have choir rehearsal, reading of poetry. There's a lot happening. Let's stand now, join hands for our peace song and our prayer for protection.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. The prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God washes over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is. And all is gratitude. Amen.